Hello and welcome to Zero Cool Gaming and today's movie review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Xanadu. Now, Xanadu is not a good movie. It's just not. It's in kind of a class of its own. Um, for several reasons. Mainly, Xanadu is a fantasy. I mean, I don't remember what they label it as, but it is absolutely a fantasy. Do they label it as a fantasy? Let's find out. Genres, genres. Not really. Whatever. You know, it it's a fantasy, and it's not, like I said, it's not the best fantasy out there. Truly, they give it a 29, and the other ones the audience gives it a 60, which, yeah, that's probably where I'd rate it. It's a little better than half the movies I've watched. I can agree with that. They label it as a fantasy, PG fantasy. Okay, so why did I enjoy Xanadu? What about it did I like? Well, when you're working in a steel mill, hard labor, every day, a show like this is certainly an escape from that. And I guess you could say I always wanted a girlfriend that would encourage me to be better, take chances, um, things to that effect. And for those who are wondering, that is not what women are. Women are not what this show depicts at all. Most women are with a man because of stability. Period. And in fact, women have a tendency to actively work against men's objectives out of fear that that man will stray from them should they improve themselves. It's just a mental quirk of being a woman, I guess. That's not how men think, and that's not how men look at things. But none of that truly matters. I mean, in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, I found this show to be inspiring in some ways. Um, because it played into my own fantasy of my own life. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something better, something else with my life than what I was doing at the time when this show came out. And not that this show pushed me to do any of that, because it certainly did not. But neither did my girlfriend at the time. She just wanted me to work, my well, it wasn't 9 to 5, it was 6 to 6. But regardless, be consistent, bring home a paycheck, pay the bills, work hard, come home, be consistent, pay the bills, work hard, yeah. And while that is what women want from a man, it is also boring. It's a boring life. It's um, very predictable. And because women have a tendency, well, not just a tendency, a desire to turn their men into this very consistent, stable person so that they can have their sense of security. As soon as they do that, they want to go sleep with the bad boy. And half of them, if not more, do. Disgusting. So, yeah, they'll actively work to keep you from improving yourself. They will actively work to change you into a very consistent uh, person. And as soon as they achieve those goals, they'll sleep around on you because now you're boring. You don't bring any spark to the relationship anymore. And they're the ones who created that relationship. They're the ones who demanded you be that way. It's disgusting. And like I said, this show, Xanadu, is a fantasy of a woman who does not exist. And if you find a woman like this, that'll, push you to take chances and, level up in life and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, that woman is going to be like Amber Heard levels of fucking crazy. Truly. Run the other direction as fast as you can. You want nothing to do with that insanity. But as a fantasy, oh yeah, very appealing. Very appealing. For me personally, I would have loved to have found a woman that was like that. Probably would have absolutely destroyed my life. Probably would have ended up, on the streets faster than I did. But it's definitely not in their nature to be that way. Absolutely not. That's why I say if you find a woman that is like this, run. Because that is a woman who is absolutely not following the programming given to her by nature. So yeah, Xanadu. It's not a good movie. It's not well acted. It is a fantasy love story, I guess. The love story kind of comes at the end of it. But there's never a happily ever after. Even if you found the woman of your dreams and you married her, blah, blah, blah. Life is never happily ever after. Truly. Never. So, yeah. Xanadu is just one of those shows that I watched at a very interesting time in my life. And as a result of that, I've always kind of gave it a pass. Gave it higher ratings than what it truly deserves. And I see that. Even today when I watch it, I see that. It's not anywhere near as good as I want it to be. But it's still an enjoyable fantasy. It's supposed to be a love story, but it's not. It's supposed to be, down on his luck artist finds a goddess who inspires him to do better and da da da. He does better, yay! Um, that's truly the story, by the way. And then at the end of it, he finds another woman that looks just like her, and uh, they give the impression that, yeah, he's gonna, you know, swoon her and then date her and marry her, and they'll have the perfect happy life. Um, but truly, this is just a fantasy show about a type of relationship in that respect that for the vast majority of the people on this planet will never happen. And even the few who do get this type of relationship, neither party is going to be happy for long. Because they can't be. They're broken human beings. That's why they're together. And broken human beings will, well, they'll be mean to each other. They'll hurt each other. And in some ways, they kind of have to if they want to stay together in that respect. Because they're not with each other because they're both, well-adjusted, upstanding members of society. They're with each other because they're both broken people. Anyway, so Xanadu. It's a 50-50 show. It's a love story fantasy. And truly, it's about when you watch it, not if you've watched it. If you're watching it during a time in your life when you're really just like hating your job and hating your life and, wanting to just get away from it all, start over, and try again, this would be an excellent show. You would love the heck out of this thing. At any other time in your life, yeah, you're not even going to find this to be a mediocre show. And it would not surprise me if you turned it off just halfway through it and just said, it's not worth my time. And that's my review of Xanadu. That's my rant for the day. And I hope you enjoy the rest of yours.